Pardon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mustafa Kaya. Science comes first. Science comes first. Mustafa Kaya.
In 2000, I went to Pakistan with my mom and sister to visit my dad. In the plane, I felt it. Turned to my mom and said, "Mom, it's coming." And my mom said to my sister, "Fatima, prepare for the war." And instantly, my sister pulled a bag underneath her seat and said, "Plastic bag 1, plastic bag 2, plastic bag 3, ready, Mom." But sometimes, stocks can run short. In that case, I asked the lady next to me if I could take her bag. Very polite and kind lady. She collected the bags from other passengers and gave me a dozen. Mr. Contest Chair, dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, today I want to talk about my motion sickness and how it changed my life perspective. Motion sickness was in my life all the time. I grew up, I began working in a company, and I went to my first business meeting with my manager. It came again. But this time, I forgot to bring a plastic bag. I asked the driver, "Do you have a plastic bag?" "No, what do you want?" I didn't reply. I asked my manager, "Mr. Yilmaz, do you have a plastic bag?" "No, why?" At that moment, I looked at my business bag full of reports and charts that we're supposed to use during the meeting. Luckily, I was now fired that day. But when I went to the driver next time to take me to a next meeting, he said, "No, no, 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 don't worry. I will pay for the taxi." So he didn't let me in. My motion sickness became a major problem because life is motion, and I had to find a solution. I went to see my neighbor, Ayşe teyze. She watches morning programs all the time, and I told her about my problem. And she said, "You need to drink benzene." I said, "It's dangerous, it's poisonous." "Do you know how old I am?" 85, I guess. "Do you know how many liters of benzene I have drunk in my life?" "No idea." "Do you see these muscles?" "Okay, just once. I will do it just once." And with some hesitation, I went to the petrol station. And the worker in the station said, "Do you want me to fill it up?" No, a cup of benzene, please." "Are you going to fire yourself?" No, I will just drink." And he grabbed my shoulder and spoke like a motivational speaker. "Brother, do you know how important life is? Do you know how many people back in hospitals right now have the opportunity that you have? You gotta step out of this mentality." I just say emotions. Everybody has problems. Do I drink benzene when my wife beats me? I couldn't explain it. Next day, I decided to go and see a doctor. And doctor gave me a pill. It really worked. But every time I took the pill, I just had a headache. And it was decreasing my productivity, and it was not a sustainable solution. And one day I said, "No more Ayşe teyze, no more doctors, no more benzene. I will search my problem and find my own solution." And I searched about the motion sickness. And motion sickness happened because of a conflict between eye and ear. So when we are in a car, for example, and reading a magazine, eyes do not perceive motion, but ears do. So, when we are in a car and reading a magazine, the brain says, eye, ear, one of you is lying to me. What's happening? I'm not lying. What's happening? Oh, then you're seeing hallucination. Why am I seeing hallucination? I think you got poisoned. Well, the easiest way to get the poison out of the body is to throw up. Let's do it. So it's perfectly natural. It's a protection mechanism of the body. And now when I have a problem, I search the scientific background of the problem. When I'm unhappy, I'm asking myself, how can I increase my level of endorphin naturally? Go and take a run. When I see an object, I'm asking myself which part of my brain is perceiving this object, which part is saying if I like it or not. Is it my hippocampus? Is it my amygdala? Biology, physics, and chemistry are not just school lessons, they're us, they're our bodies. And science is the best tool to learn ourselves. So when we have a problem, science comes first. Mr. Contest Chair,